So I'm gonna do another fun thing. I'm gonna say load the PROSE skill, and you can see this time I'm using GPT 5.2 Codex because I collaborated with Open Code to allow them to use their subscription, which means not only do people not have to pay per token API pricing, but they have access to this model that isn't even available via API. It's kind of amazing. So let's see, create a PROSE file to load my issues from linear, determine the highest priorities, and give me a folk poem I can repeat as a mantra for what I need to keep top of mind.
See what's in your linear.
All right, so yes, anonymous, no thanks. Able telemetry.
Okay, so this is Open Code that you're using.
Yes.
If you're here in the chat, what harnesses are you using? Put in your harness. I've been much more sticky to Claude Code than I should be. I'm using Gemini a lot, and I switch between Gemini and Claude Code, but I need to try AMP. I need to try Open Code, also Open Hands.
Yeah, there's lots of things we need to try now. Okay, so here we go. Right, this one doesn't really take arguments. Linear, priority, mantra, PROSE.
So is this doing context compaction between this? Because these are all subagents, the first two. Like by the semantics of
it doesn't need to.
No,
yeah,
okay.
So they have their own context. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what happens when I do this. So this is a linear workflow. It's different than the other one that was parallel, because the other one you could research those two products in parallel. Here, first we need to load the linear issues. Then we need to determine the highest priority issues. And then, we write the poem. So that's a linear workflow.
And it knows you have a linear MCP server connected to this, I presume, and that's what is talking to linear?
Yeah, you saw that off screen that it loaded up. So
yeah,
I was like, okay, since this thing is continuing to load, let's make use of it. Oh, it's waiting for me to confirm. And so now it's building, task, Open PROSE session. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go to view the subagent. Open PROSE session 1, tool call. Linear list issues. So now it should be listing the issues, tab agents. And I want to take a look at that PROSE file here. All right, so this is a very simple one, much easier than the research to publish. This was one that I created to try and create a writing workflow to do deep research and to then write an article. I was going to try and automate article writing. And I mean, it did a fairly good job of writing the PROSE program, which I then ran, and it did do deep research. And it did do, all these parallel tool calls and loops, and like they did this whole run. I wasn't totally satisfied with it. I probably would have to iterate on it quite a while before I was saying, hey, I can just run this in one shot an article. But I was amazed by how easy it was to do, mostly because I didn't have to write this by hand. I wrote a prompt that wrote this. I wrote a program.
And having that locked in, because it's easy to kind of explore and kind of video game it, vibe it, so to say, but then you can't repeat it. And so to have that locked into a file, that's really powerful.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's its mantra. It, interestingly enough, it chose to put the task items. It's not very useful for me to repeat as a mantra because I don't know what those things are. It lists them there. I'd have to memorize them. But you can see, it pulled in all my issues. It determined the priorities. It figured out, okay, my top 3 priorities are the live stream that we're doing right now. Then this literature review for that software that I mentioned that turns images into slides. I'm submitting it to a conference where I could present it as an academic article, but that's due tomorrow. So there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this presentation.
Did you like that clip? Well, check out the full episode. Leonardo and I put Open PROSE through its paces. We check out Ralph Wiggum and the Ralph Loop, all sorts of great discussion related to AI coding, different models, different agents, different harnesses. Check out, the link is in the description. Also, please join our Discord community. We've got great content, great discussions, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.